Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I am your host, Sid Roeder. Bryce is out of town today, so we'll just have fun here. And we've got a wonderful guest that is one of our members of the Empowering Seniors Group. So let me first mention that our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and all those great people that listen to us every Saturday morning. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can reach me personally at 435-512-6406. Well, let's get to our guest today. It's Heidi Stimson with Next Level Health and Wellness. Good morning, Heidi.
Good morning. Thank you.
It's good to have you back. You always have fun things to share and educating us about our bodies. And today we wanted to talk a little bit about GLP-1. And first question I have for you, why does it seem that GLP-1 medication is everywhere right now?
Yes, I agree. So first, I do want to state clearly, like, I'm a functional nutritionist. So not anything I say here is not medical advice. And medications are something you should always talk to your doctor about. But as a functional nutritionist, I've worked with many clients who are either on these medications, considering using them, or trying to support their body while they're taking them. And from my perspective, they've exploded for two reasons. Probably a lot more than that, but the science and exhaustion. The science around them is expanding so fast. They were originally used mostly for blood sugar regulation in diabetes, but researchers are now studying them in conversations around obesity, heart disease, kidney disease, fatty liver disease, inflammation, even addiction pathways and autoimmune conditions. So they're being studied massively right now. So medically and scientifically, there's a lot of interest, but culturally, I really think something deeper is happening, and that's people are exhausted. Really quick, like I say women a lot because 90% of my practice is women. So when I am saying that, this really applies to men too. Men are struggling with the same things: inflammation, stress, emotional eating, metabolic dysfunctions. But really what I see every day is people who are exhausted from feeling like they're fighting themselves, fighting their bodies, dieting, starting over, tracking food, feeling ashamed of cravings, trying so hard to be so rigidly disciplined, and eventually many people feel like their body stopped responding the way that it used to. And one of the most common things I hear is that noise finally quieted down. And that is, maybe you've heard the term food noise. It's a phrase that we hear a lot now. And that is that constant mental preoccupation around food, like thinking about food all day, feeling consumed by cravings all the time, and then trying to manage that, feeling exhausted by trying to figure out what to eat, And when these medications quiet some of that down, many people describe it almost emotionally. My body finally got quieter. And underneath that, what I hear is often the feeling, can something just make life a little bit easier for me right now? It's like a breath of fresh air. And I think people deserve compassion around that, because most people are not even trying to become perfect. They're just trying to feel okay inside their body again, or maybe okay in their body for the first time ever.
So it sounds like there's definitely good reasons to maybe get on a GLP-1. But on the downside, maybe, can I ask, are there any words of precaution that you would put out there?
Yeah, in my practice and in my opinion, any type of weight loss, whether you're using a medication or not, rapid weight loss is not safe for the body. This is evidence-based, years and years. The 1 to 2 pounds of weight loss per week is considered safe weight loss. So one of the biggest things I see is, people are loving the number moving on the scale, but what are the downstream effects from rapid weight loss, and why is it that 1 to 2 pounds a week is safe? And that's because as you lose weight, your liver has to metabolize everything. So even weight loss, that fat loss is metabolized through the liver, but also toxins are stored in our fat cells. They don't circulate in the bloodstream, and that's on purpose to protect your body when there are. And not only that, like as you break down, like metabolic waste can be, things produced by your own body can be considered toxic. So what happens there is the burden that's put on your liver as you do that. And there's a huge percentage of people that end up in the hospital with gallbladder removal surgery, things like that. When I'm working with somebody, it's not just, we're hearing a lot about get your protein, make sure you're still getting fiber, take a multivitamin, all these things that are beneficial for health regardless. But there's more than just those things that you want to watch for when you are losing weight, especially if you're losing more than that 2 pounds a week. Now, I will say up front, people will lose 5 to 10 pounds in the first week. A lot of that is the metabolic shift, but like the consistent 1 to 2 pounds is a lot safer.
So before we head into our first break here, are there any additional supplements that you can think of that might be advisable to help the body?
It really depends on the person. And, I love to look at labs before to know where somebody might need the most support. But in general, they're recommending, digestive enzymes to help break the food down so you're absorbing nutrients, getting a multivitamin to make sure that you're supplementing that side of things. But then I look at, liver enzymes and things like that. Do we need to support, and are we watching those things in somebody? Because I think it's an individual approach.
Absolutely. That is so very interesting. We're coming up on our first break here, and I almost forgot. When we come back, we have to talk a little bit about your business structure, because some things have changed and you're available at different places now. So when we do come back, we'll chat about that. This is the Senior Moment Show. We are going to take a short break here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help. Call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
This is Scott Howder with White Pine Funeral Services. For generations, family has meant everything here in Cache Valley, and when families need compassion most, they turn to White Pine Funeral Services. Whether you're planning ahead to ease the burden on loved ones or honoring a life with dignity and care, White Pine Funeral Services is here to guide you every step of the way. Thank you, Cache Valley, for allowing White Pine to serve this incredible community with compassion, respect, and heartfelt care. Learn more about pre-planning and available services today at whitepinefunerals.com or visit us at 753 South, 100 East in Logan.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
I think Mom needs a little more help.
What I really need is a boyfriend who can drive at night.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as little or as much home care as you need, so you can live in your own home on your own terms.
Could you give me a phone number? My daughter was texting.
Together with Comfort Care, you can live your best life possible. Call us today at 754-7676. That's 754-7676.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I am your host, Sid Roeder, and I'm visiting today with Heidi Stimson. She is the owner of Next Level Health and Wellness. And when we went into the break, I promised that we were going to chat for a minute about the situation that has changed because you are working a little different. You gave up your office space.
Yes, I did. I'm actually moved and collaborating between two practices now, working with Hyde Park Med Spa. They are at 3125 North Main. There, I'm primarily working with like hormone health, helping women transition through perimenopause, menopause phase, some gut health stuff there. And also I'm working with Cash Health in Hyde Park, and they are more of a family practice. And you can reach them at 435-990-4282, where I'll be doing a lot of what I do, functional medicine, but working with taking my, more chronic illness clients with me that way and working a lot with that there.
Wonderful. So in our first segment, we talked about GLP-1, and I'm just going to sum a few things up because we talked about that there definitely is a good place for that medication. And we got a little bit into words of caution on rapid weight loss. What I wanted to touch on too now is that emotional factor that you had mentioned, because I do feel that I observe that too. There's so much stress in the world and pressure on being perfectly fit and looking perfect. What are your thoughts on these outside influences and GLP-1?
Mm-hmm. I think this is more than just about weight. And I know that's a huge factor. A lot of people want to lose weight. But I don't think it's just about weight. I think one of the biggest mistakes happening right now is reducing this entire conversation to body size alone. Because underneath weight struggles, there's often a lot more happening physiologically: stress, poor sleep, inflammation, hormone shifts, blood sugar instability, emotional eating, nervous system overload. So I think we've created a culture where health became another performance, another checklist. And diet culture told people thinner meant better. Wellness culture often tells people that optimization means better. Now many people feel trapped somewhere in between, tracking everything, measuring everything, optimizing themselves constantly. And I think some people need to be cautious around that because rigid wellness can become perfectionism in disguise, especially for women. And our nervous systems were not designed to live in this constant hyper-monitoring and self-surveillance all the time, always tracking, always restricting, always feeling like they're failing at something. And many women feel like failures in 10 different directions all at once. And I think that cultural conversation isn't just about weight. It's about how we see ourselves. And a GLP-1 can't fix that, even if you lose weight. That pressure matters physiologically. And I think around the GLP-1 conversation, I think many people are relieved to finally feel like their body got quieter instead of louder. But it's not going to fix that underlying shame, the reason you don't like yourself in the first place.
So a quick question there. Do you feel, this just sparked me thinking about some eating disorders. Do you feel like there is a danger that there may be some abuse of that product?
Yeah, and that's something that I think you should have a discussion with your medical provider. Like, make sure your medical provider is getting a full history and that you're honest about those things, because there's eating disorder and there's disordered eating. They are two different things in medical terminology. And I think what I'm seeing is, some things that could be borderline disordered eating, maybe not full-blown eating disorder, but just be cautious around that, because again, what underlies that is how you see yourself, how you view yourself, not just your weight, not just how you look, but like, are you covering up a lot of shame, a lot of the emotional stuff,
So it sounds a little bit to me, it makes me think of if there was a perfect world, would you like to see the prescription of that maybe coupled with some mental health and maybe the functional nutrition side, which monitors what goes on in your blood while you lose weight?
100%. Of course, I would love to see that more. I would just be cautious, because you can pretty much get on them if you want to. So find a provider who is responsible ethically, prescribing these medications and making sure you're reviewing a full history. But in our approach, actually, in both places that I'm going, I have a program that helps work on these things, the emotional undercurrents, the, inflammation, the physiological stuff while on the medication. So when your body is quieter and you're using this tool that I think is very, very, very valuable, you're using that to quiet the food noise, start learning these other habits and work through the emotional stuff, identify shame that you feel about yourself. And we do have a program, a 10-week program that walks through those things, that helps people change those habits and ways of thinking.
So we're already coming up on our second break here in a hurry. So one question I have, if I am trying to structure my weight loss or my health path in an optimal way, do you have recommendations? You said you are collaborating with people, that I can find that setting and talk to you, get the prescription, and get the help that I need to maybe work through other issues.
Yep. Both of those places that I'm going, Hyde Park Med Spa and Cash Health, are wanting to implement these programs there. So we have options to add a health coach in, to get the weekly check-ins as part of that program, or running with the online program on your own. But it's structured so that you're building lifestyle habits that address poor sleep, inflammation, things like that. But then we also address the emotional side to help people there.
Perfect. And we have just enough time to mention your phone numbers in plural, if somebody wants to check out those two places, or is your other phone number still valid also?
My phone number is still, and you can find me on my website now. And if you still want to schedule a free consultation there, I can direct to which practice I think would be most beneficial. So my website is www.nextlevelhw.com. And my phone number is 435-774-2240.
Thank you, Heidi. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
This is Oliver with Cache Valley Pharmacy. We're working with Cache Valley's own Focus Pharmacology and CacheMedical.org to help you lose weight the right way with supplements that support your weight loss journey and easy telehealth appointments from the comfort of your own home. When you think weight loss, think Cache Valley Pharmacy, your partner for a healthier, more confident you. Visit us at CacheValleyPharmacy.com or go to CacheMedical.org to start your weight loss journey today.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
Picture this. Your family's locked in court, fighting over your home and your assets because there was no plan. Don't let probate decide your future. I'm attorney Justin Wall with Wall Estate Solutions. Stay in control with wills, trusts, and smart planning that keeps your family out of court and your wishes protected. Get peace of mind today. Visit wallestate.law or call 435-294-0346. That's 435-294-0346. Your legacy, your plan.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
BRAG is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit brag.utah.gov.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moment Show. I'm your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with Heidi Stimpson. She is the owner of Next Level Health and Wellness. And we've talked a little bit about different structure. We talked about GLP-1 and the use. I think one thing I wanted to touch on a little bit is a supportive diet while you are using GLP-1s, because I know that it can be really hard to get enough protein, for example. What are your thoughts there?
I love that the conversation has been more expanded on this. People are understanding that this weight loss, you have the risk of losing muscle. So one of the most important things is to get your protein needs in. And my recommendation for that, because your appetite goes down and you get full faster. So how do you get the recommended protein intake, which I would say minimum of around 100 grams for women and minimum around 130 for men. Those are minimums. And people have a hard time getting that in when you get put on a GLP-1 because you feel full faster. Protein satiates anyway, even if you're not on that medication. So what I recommend is eat your protein first in a meal, just so that you're getting that first. So if you fill up, you're still getting some in. I'm a food first nutritionist, so I don't love like the protein shakes and stuff, but those can help between meals to get more protein in, and the liquid you can get more in. Fiber is also important. We know that these GLP-1s shift the microbiome. And as a side note to that, everyone that I've worked with, literally, it's like everybody has their own individual experience with it. And that's why I said it's good to work with somebody so that we can dial things in for you and what's happening with your body, because some people it slows down bowel movements and some people it increases the speed of bowel movements. And there's very different things that we do to work with either of those. But it's still so important for your microbiome health to be getting fiber in. So if we're eating protein first, how are we getting those fiber foods in? So I would, protein at the front end of a meal, and then your non-starchy carbohydrate vegetables like your broccoli and cauliflower and celery and all of those things are going to be so important. So trying to eat your meals in that order, getting your protein in, having some of that fiber, because again, those are foundational for health. That's going to, protein is going to help prevent the muscle loss, which is one of the biggest concerns there. But I will say with muscle loss, again, rapid weight loss, I don't care if you're on a GLP-1 or you're losing weight, muscle loss happens with weight loss. So this is in the weight loss conversation, period, is you should be getting that protein in regardless. Don't know that it's necessarily GLP-1s increasing the muscle loss. It is the lack of protein, the lack of nutrients. So making sure, and then obviously movement. I like to say movement. I feel like exercise is another thing on the checklist to do. We're humans, our bodies need movement. Doing some resistance training, whether that's with weightlifting or banded exercise, it's putting resistance on those muscles, also preserves muscle from being lost when you are in weight loss mode. And then supplementing, right? So again, this can depend on each individual, but I would recommend, because another risk or side effect of these is hair loss. And I think a lot of that is like the first stress on the body that stimulates. Hair is an expensive resource. So it's one of the first things to go when your body is under resourced. So when somebody is losing hair, I'm going, what are the resources that your body feels? It went into stress mode to lose that hair. So just again, that's protein. Protein again protects hair loss, but also getting on a multivitamin that includes nutrients that support hair growth. Your basics, your B vitamins for sure. All of that is energy production, but biotin and just things like that support. You can get on. I know a lot of people recommend like Nutrafol, but a good multivitamin that has all those basics in it, so your body doesn't feel under resourced and is going to shut down hair growth.
Do you find sometimes before we are at the end of our show that people are a little surprised with the side effects and it takes them a hot second to realize something's going on?
I think people are becoming more and more aware because it's, this whole conversation is because we feel like they're everywhere. So people are more aware, and I am finding more, ethical providers teaching them this right up front. Like, here's the things you needed to do prevent these major side effects, or the most common side effects. But I do think like a lot of times it's like, oh my gosh, I'm losing my hair. Maybe it was a thought like this wouldn't happen to me, but by the time you're losing your hair, it was a stressor on your body that was probably 2 to 3 months ago. So like a lot of times that shedding can be very alarming, but so you want to make sure up front you're protecting your body from feeling under-resourced and going into that stress mode.
Thank you, Heidi. The end of our show is coming up in a hurry, so we have just enough time for the phone numbers.
Find me at Hyde Park Med Spa is 435-294-2949, and at Cash Health they are 435-990-4282.
Thank you, Heidi. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're at the end, and we hope you tune in again next week.